Hey everybody, this is Everyday Commentary, and this is Sweet Stuff Saturday. I am filming on a Sweet Stuff Saturday when my friend Nick is going to be coming by. So, this is actually the morning. I got some work to do outside, and then Nick should be by sometime in the afternoon. But there are a couple things that I wanted to go through and talk about that I got in for review. One of them is like right in the wheelhouse of what the channel looks at. The other one, not so much. So, you know this knife. This knife is the Ozark Trail, aka the Ozark Grail. It is a D2 blade, FRN handles, and a really quite good, but not perfect, sliding bar lock. This is basically like what happens if Wal Mart made a Benchmade bug up. It's a good knife, not bad at all. It is $10 freaking. So that's one thing. Recently, they went back to the drawing board and they made a much better knife. And that knife has 14C28N steel. It has contoured aluminum scale handles. And it has a much better sliding bar lock. It is this knife. I think this is like the Ozark Grail 2. It is, unfortunately, only available in a Tanto. I hate Tantos. But I wanted to get a look at this knife and carry it and figure out whether I liked it. It has this really cool backspacer lanyard. It's got the same deep carry over-the-top pocket clip as the original. It is an excellent knife. Really well made. I mean, like, this is out of the bag, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And there are no issues. The blade is 3.25 inches long. It is coated in this brown, so you have brown and blue, which I think is a cool color combination. Blade coating, I don't know what it is. I think it's PVD. It came quite sharp right out of the box. So that was great. And when I said right out of the box, I meant right out of the bag, because literally this is it. It was shipped. There isn't even a receipt in the bag. It was just shipped like this. When I cut this bag open, it went like, that was it. That's the whole knife. That's the whole packaging. And so if you want to know how Wal Mart can do it, how they can get this knife down to $20, it's because they're not paying to ship larger than necessary packages. And they're not paying for those packages. Again, people, I don't understand this, but you got to realize whenever you buy a knife that has like layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of packaging, that just means that the knife itself is a little less good. And by having nothing other than the package, literally just the package stuff, that's it. That's the whole thing. There is no way that any of the cost for this knife went to anything other than this knife. No packages, no package was paid for. Now, if you buy it in store, you obviously don't get it like that. It comes in a clamshell. But I am super pumped that that's how they saved some pennies on this knife. I'll also note that I think this handle shape is significantly better than the handle shape on the original. The original is just sort of a blob. And this one actually has some purpose to it. It has a little bit of a swell, palm swell with index knots, palm swell, and bird's beak. It fits my medium-sized hands quite nicely. Overall, this is probably the best value in the knife world. I actually think it's a better value than this, because while this knife is nice at $10, this knife at $20 is actually better, like twice as good, for a whole bunch of reasons. Largely because the lockup on this one is the best lockup I have ever seen on a sliding bar lock, regardless of price. And that is crazy. So this is the Ozark Grail 2. I don't know what the official name is because it's basically like Ozark Trail knife and then blade size. So I don't know. But those two are amazing. And the new one with the 14C28N blade steel is even better than the original. All right, so this is the second thing. Now, obviously, this is a charging kit. You can kind of tell by what's in here, but I wanted to kind of go through the charging kit and talk about this. So this is the INUI 45 watt fast charger. I wanted to buy a USB-C fast charging cable, but when I went to Amazon to purchase it, this was actually like the same price as the cable I wanted. So I was like, nah, I'm just gonna get this. And this is a battery. It is battery backup. It is from the great INUI company, which does a lot of these backup batteries. And I have to say, I've had a bunch of generic ones, and this one is so much nicer. It's got this, like slightly rubberized finish. It feels durable. There's no squeaking when you squeeze the shell. It's got a nice, easy to read display. So you're like, what is that 3 dots? Is that 2 dots? It is a substantial upgrade. The other cool part is the lanyard is actually the cable. So it's a clever design. There are a couple of these out there, and this is a beefy cable, so I'm not worried about pulling on it. But this is 10,000 milliamp hour capacity. It will charge at, it says 45, but on the back it says 36 watts. So I'm going to say 36 watts because that's what it says. And it really does have all the options you need. So it has 2 ins and 1 out, and you can do an in and an out on USB-C, or you can do an out on USB-A, which is awesome. So when you pair that with this, which is generic, this is just some generic wall mount. I wanted it to be as thin as possible. I wanted it to charge as fast as possible. And I also wanted it to have USB-A and USB-C. So this will charge in a wall, and it will give you at least 2 outputs. The next thing on the charging kit is this. This is a USB-A to USB-C, micro USB, and Lightning. I don't really have any use for the Lightning cable anymore because the iPhone switched over to USB-C, but I still have quite a few things that are micro USB, including my Bose headphones and my Kindle. So slowly but surely, I think over the next 5 years, I'll probably not use this as much. But right now, this is the primary charging cable in the charging kit. I do have my MagSafe charging cable for my Mac computer, as well as my Mac computer brick. And the only reason I carry both this and this is because this is the dedicated thing, and it has 2. So like in the worst case scenario, I could just have it be like a backup to the backup, which I think is kind of silly. But in this case, because the laptop is so expensive, I don't want to like trust my laptop to a super cheap, kind of crappy wall charger. This is a 4.7's battery charger. So if I have a flashlight that needs recharging, I can plug it in here and then put the battery between here. By using this design, I can charge basically any rechargeable battery as opposed to only being able to charge a couple. Or like if you were in the terrible Olight ecosystem, you can only charge their batteries, which is just dumb. So, not a huge fan of that. A couple other little tiny charging devices. So this is a USB-C charger if I need to charge really small batteries, like a 10180. You can take the cap off the flashlight, push this on, screw it down, and then USB-C charge the 10180 battery in the flashlight. It came with, I forget which flashlight it came with. It came with the Lumentop Frog, but it works on my Sofren SC01 as well. This is for all the people that want to charge in their car. Super cheap, like 99 cents, but just in case. And then finally, this is USB-C to USB-A converter. It lets you drop if you only have one kind of charging port, it can let you switch to the other. I do want to upgrade the multi-charging wire, but other than that, I think everything in this kit is ready to go. And this guy is just a gem. It is super cool, and I'm glad I picked it up. It was a good thing to pick up on Prime Day because it was like $20 off. I think it's normally like $48 and it was $28. So sweet find there. The charging kit usually stays in my bag, my laptop bag that I have, the Tom Vin Cadet, and it goes everywhere with me. And that way, if I need to charge something while I'm on the road at work, then I can do that. And then I typically take it with me when I go on vacation so that I have everything. And it's all in a Bag Smart. This is a really great bag. It's designed just for this. It opens like a book and it has a bunch of slots, all of which are net so you can see them. I packed it in so the bulky things lay on top of each other lay around each other instead of on top of each other so that it lays flat. Super nice. This is really quite big. I wish I had something a little smaller, but my concern is if I had something smaller, it wouldn't fit all the stuff I need. So that's the stuff I got in this week. Look for the website to have a review of this knife, because this knife is good. If this was a drop point, this would be a really, really great knife. I wish they would not have done a Tanto. I have thought about trying to take them apart and switch them out, but I don't think that will work. I just don't think that will work. So for now, it's gonna stay a Tanto. Really crazy that Walmart has released a second, even higher end knife. My prediction is that we will see an M390 $30 knife from Walmart sooner rather than later. And that will be really crazy. I also don't think it'll be great for the knife business, but you know, nothing you can do about it. Talk to you later.